How's everybody doing? We got a hell of a show. A hell of a show. I've got a lot to go over. Puppy Pot and Chill number 597. We're going to have to wait to see how this all falls out. But it would seem the rebellion is on. The left does its absolute best to cancel Gina Carano for telling people to not snitch on your neighbor. And she figured out a way to not get canceled. This is why she and the Mandalorian parted ways. Gina is asking people to be honorable and not snitch on neighbors and friends. The Democratic liberal left did everything they could to cancel Gina, but Gina rallied, got together with Daily Wire to produce a movie with Ben Shapiro. Because Gina busted her ass working to overcome, and because she did overcome, the people that failed to cancel her came out and said, look, cancel culture is a myth. No, it's not a myth. Gina Carano just fucking worked her fucking ass off to get around it. They did everything they can to cancel her. They came very close. Getting her removed or her leaving the Mandalorian is huge. And this is Puppy Pot and Chill. I do have my bowl loaded. I took one hit out of it. I got antsy in my pantsy. And I couldn't wait. So, if you are smoking with me, remember you got to be 21 in a state where it's legal to smoke marijuana. If not, just don't do it. We can be smart stoners. And always remember, don't listen to me either. I'm a stoner. However, if I say something that intrigues you, by all means, look it up for yourself. Find out what you believe the truth to be, because that's all that really matters, is what you believe. And if you think what I'm saying is worth spreading, share it. If not, fuck it. But if you think what I'm saying is worth, maybe somebody else would like to hear it, share it. Instagram will start censoring, banning, and removing content and sensitive material from DMs and SMS. SMS is a short message service. In other words, they're going to be snooping into your private messages. I mean, I always kind of thought they did anyway before, but now this proves it. If you send a private message and it's got material in there that they think is questionable, boop, it's censored. How about that? Now you can't even have a private conversation. I told you it's going to get worse. I'm not kidding. Yeah, they're going to go through all the messages to censor material they deem dangerous. They're openly going through your personal things and then saying, tough shit, we're doing it anyway. Free speech out the window. Your rights of privacy, not with them. I want you to look around and see what's happening, man. This ain't good. We're losing our rights. If this doesn't scare you, there's something wrong with you. It should. It scares me. Super Bowl came and went, and boy did it tank badly. The progressive politics in sports has gone too far, I believe, and the people have spoken. They're tired of it. You're fucking athletes. Be athletes. You're not politicians. You don't understand how the politics work, and you sound stupid, and you do stupid things and say stupid things. Quit. You're a fucking athlete. Do athlete things. Throw a ball, catch a ball, kick a ball. quit trying to be political. You sound retreaded. You're morons, alright? You barely have the smarts to fucking remember your plays. Stick to that. We overpay you as it is to get out there and do your fucking thing. Just shut up, get out there and entertain me. Fucking morons. If I need a plumber, I hire a plumber. If I want to watch football, I'll turn on football. If I want to learn about politics, I'll turn on politics. I don't turn on football to learn about politics, trust me. Fucking moron. Swalwell, Democrat, screams Trump is dangerous to country, all while he is fucking his Chinese spy Fang Fang. Swalwell is seriously compromised, and he's saying Trump is the one that... Swalwell is the one that's given secrets to Fang Fang, who's a Chinese spy. And the story about Trump telling Pence that you can either vote for me and be a hero, or you can not and be a pussy, all lie. I mean, here's the deal. It was reported on by two guys that were briefed on the conversation. They weren't even there. It could have been a completely different story, because they could have made up a completely different story at this point. They weren't there. They don't know what happened. So they can say whatever they want, and boy did they, and everybody ate it up. Stupid people. Yeah, I mean, they could have made up a whole different story, even using a fake screenshot. Nobody would have ever known. They would have believed it. Andrew Cuomo caught up in the nursing home death scandal debacle. Jesus Christ, Munch, do you want up, man? Quit licking me. Andrew Cuomo caught up in the nursing home death scandal debacle, putting Cuomo at the head of what could be thousands of nursing home deaths that he'll be responsible for. Now, why would he be responsible for them? Well, because if you take people and put them in a place where sickness can spread, and you don't give them adequate medicine or protection, and then you lie about it, lie about the number of people who died so you don't look so bad, now that it's come out, it makes you look really bad, dude. I mean, let's face it, you might be responsible for tens of thousands of deaths at this point. Not good. Texas got a snowstorm. Sorry, I'm not used to saying Texas and snowstorm at the same time. It's odd. But Texas got a snowstorm. People are stuck. Not being able to do anything. Even if it's a little hill, people don't know how to drive in the snow. So down there, they're rather panicky at this point. Because people don't know how to operate in the snow. One up here, Munch? He just came up here and made himself all kinds of comfortable. Antifa blocks emergency vehicles in Seattle, causing there to be a slow response time to people who actually needed emergency vehicles. All right. Antifa blocked emergency vehicles so they couldn't respond to emergencies where people needed emergency vehicles and personnel because they were in the middle of an emergency. The only thing I can hope for is I hope that one of the emergencies happened to be that one of the Antifa members needed to have their houses on fire. I mean, I hope nobody was in the house, but I hope their house was burning down and they couldn't get a fire truck to them because they were blocking their own way. I mean, how shitty of a thing to block emergency vehicles to keep people from getting emergency services. You're not hurting the cops, you're hurting the people. But Antifa is pretty dumb. They don't get that. Biden's pause on the country via the shutdown and other restrictions will end up costing billions and maybe even trillions as we become more dependent on other countries for fuel. And here, if we don't start up, I don't know what we're going to do. We need to actually produce things. People need things. And I'm not talking, apple pies. I'm talking food and water, medicine, shelter, electricity, all whatever. Dems lie in the impeachment trial, doctoring evidence in the form of, well, I'm going to talk about the tweet and the video. They actually added some things to a tweet to make it seem more verifiable, because they don't have any real proof of anything. So they're coming up with any kind of secondhand evidence they can get their hands on. And one of them was a tweet. And to make it seem better, they actually added the blue check mark to it, even though the person never had a blue check mark before. Apparently they thought that doing that would make it seem more important, I guess. I don't know. So they did that, and then in the video, they actually edited it. They cut it up, removed some stuff, added some stuff to make it seem like Trump was trying to incite violence. But if you go and watch the actual video, it doesn't look anything like the video they showed in the hearings. Gee whiz, I wonder why. Well, because the Democrats are willing to lie and cheat to get what they want. They want more power. And however they can get it is how they're going to get it. Munch, why don't you get down there? And why are they doing this? Because they don't want Trump to run in 2024. That's how terrified they are of Trump and the right. The conservatives and their critical thinking scares the ever-living fuck out of the Democratic left, which needs sheep for followers. They need people to not ask questions. Feminism and inclusiveness now state that men and women must be allowed into each other's sports and other things like the armed forces and stuff, but just allowing them into, let's say, the army, that isn't enough. See, by the Army standards, not only could the women, could apply, but they couldn't pass the standards test. So they had to lower the bar. So the people could pass the standards test. Which doesn't make stronger troopers. It just allows weaker people to get into a place where we should have strong people. So the bar must be lowered. Standards must be dropped so that we can be more inclusive and allow genders to cross over more fluidly. Although you don't need to, it's strange, you don't need to do it the other way. You know, men that are going into women's sports, they don't have to drop the bar for that. But if you're a woman going into a man's area, we have to drop the bar for you to get in there. Otherwise, you just can't get in. Not that we don't want you, you can't pass the standards test. And it has nothing to do with you being a better or worse human being at all. It has nothing to do with that. It's just physics. That's it. And science. The cop that was killed by a fire extinguisher by the rioters on the January 6th riot at Capitol Hill actually died of an unrelated stroke. Not the riot or the rioters. But that doesn't fit the narrative of Republican, Trump supporter, right-wing voter, domestic terrorist, white man bad. It doesn't fit that narrative. So the Democrats pushed a lie of evil white Trump supporters kill cop, rather than the truth that the man died of a stroke. Why? Well, the lie gets clicks, makes money. It pushes the left agenda. And massive help comes from mainstream media that props up and pushes the fake news and the lie because it makes them money and gets them clicks. It's not just one thing. It's everybody knows that lies make money, so they are just going crazy. Why not? They can. All right. I've rambled on for almost 20 minutes. And always remember, I can't remember what I was going to say. That's how high I am. All right, just be careful. Don't listen to me. Fact check everybody, everything. Munch, quit licking me, man. If I'm worth sharing, share me. I'd love to get more subscribers. Quick shout out to Eric Scanlon, Steve Eldridge, Lisa Sonnentag, and Elizabeth Wilson. My 4 peeps that have always supported me, and I love you guys. Now, you can't love everybody, so let's try not to hate. And I think that's it, man. Peace. You know what? Let's sneak in one more hit. You know why? So you can stay high, bitches.